Good morning, brothers. Let me tell you a story about one of my most memorable meals. Tactically acquired produce.
Tactically acquired produce. Anyone doing hard, dangerous work knows the importance of calories. It goes beyond what we know in America today, eating for pleasure. A warrior eats for survival. Food is extremely important. No professional soldier worth his salt is caught in combat without a snack or five, and chow is considered sacred, if continuous. My unit was in constant heavy combat operations in Afghanistan, living off of MREs, canned rats, and care package goodies. Ground travel into and out of our little base at the Kajaki Dam was forbidden because the routes were so heavily mined with IEDs. That meant everything. All of our gear, supplies, and food had to be flowed in by the Marine Corps, and bullets were always prioritized over salads. MREs came with enough variety, and calories are what mattered the most. But after eating packaged food for months, we craved fresh food. One evening, after a long, hard day of fighting, me and my buddy Jaimez trudged into the tented chow hall, only to be treated to everyone's least favorite canned ration of all, Szechuan chicken. It was universally hated. Something about it tasted chemical and acrid. Anytime it was served, I opted to toss it and snag an MRE instead, and fill up on crackers and jalapeno squeeze cheese. After 3 nights in a row of the same horrible chow, I asked the corporal in charge of the mess why the unholy we were eating this blasphemy of a meal again. The corporal was short and wiry, just like the mustache riding beneath his military-issued glasses. He swore elegantly and profusely. Gunny Pruden, that ordered a whole pallet of Szechuan chicken on accident and said we can't send it back because all the supplies are airdropped. He swore again in a way I'd never heard before, and waved at me impatiently to move along. Turning to leave, I spotted a little box of garden vegetables sitting behind him. Peppers, onions, and tomatoes piled up deliciously. A delectable treasure, a minuscule bounty, a wealth of produce. My mouth watered as we eyeballed the box like new boots staring at purple church dancers. No fresh food and hard fighting for months makes a warrior hungry in a way I'd never experienced, and I wanted those fresh vegetables more than I'd ever wanted anything. The corporal, who later earned a combat award for his use of a 50 cal in a firefight, turned his enormous BCGs to sneer at the little box of fresh food. He turned and scooped a large, disgusting portion of Szechuan chicken onto my cardboard tray. It slopped over the side, and I resisted the urge to throw it out of the tent. Gunny, may his mother 1,000 horses, didn't order enough for everyone. Not enough for everyone, we can't use it. I'm supposed to toss the whole box in the burn pit. He shrugged his shoulders and swore a long, foul string of curses intended for Gunny, but directed into my toxic slop of chicken and rice, the perfect seasoning. Me and Jaimez exchanged a knowing look, a criminal look. The Marine Corps, especially the lower enlisted, favors a distinctly proud and criminal culture. The how is less important if the mission is accomplished. Just don't get caught. And don't ask for mercy when you do. Me and Jaimez craved fresh food, and here was a full box of fresh peppers, tomatoes, onions, and other items we weren't likely to see again for months. Our mission was clear. The risks accepted and accounted for. Worth the NJP if we were caught. That night, under the cover of darkness and with the use of our NVGs, we broke back into the chow hall by sliding through the open tent flap. Not exactly the heist of the century, but the box was still sitting where we had seen it during the dinner chow, foolishly unguarded. Over the next few days, we cooked and ate with zero compunctions whatsoever. We used a little camp stove my dad sent me in a care package, fueled with kerosene appropriated from the British commandos still on the base at the time. A memory that will keep me warm some dark night. Me and Jaimez, just 2 kids, huddled over that little stove in Afghanistan, watching Twilight on a dirty laptop and sharing a stolen meal together. The next morning, Gunny Pruden called an all-hands formation and chewed everyone's ass for the theft of the veg. He spent a lot of time detailing the low moral character of the thieves and demanded that they present themselves so he could apply an appropriate punishment. But I can assure you, The thieves felt no guilt. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Drop a comment down below. What'd you think of the story? How can I improve? And leave your own stories down below. Let me know. Love to hear stories.